Hi guys, this is Malucha and welcome back to Dauntless. As every week, the patch notes for the new update have released, and as every week, I kind of want to go through them with you together, see what they are gonna change, and see what new is coming to the game. So without further ado, OB 0.5.14, I think. Patch notes, release version OB 0.5.14. So the patch notes released yesterday, and the scheduled release date is today around 7, 8 o'clock in European, well, Belgium time, actually, like every week. So OB 0.5.14 kicks off with combat changes with a boost for chain blades. Really nice. Debuts a new login screen. Ooh. And brings Autumn Fox style to the in-game store. Okay, something new to buy, actually. So, new to Dauntless, replaced the old login screen with a handsome new one. This change is part of an ongoing effort to update and improve the Dauntless UI. Please let us know if you run into any issues. Oh, they're actually thinking that there's going to be issues with this new UI. So we're really looking forward to watching what they're going to bring us. The chain blades will now cause an etheric explosion with every backflip special, not just those performed at full meter. Okay, that's interesting. Added a new heroic hunt modifier for Rockfall Skarn. I talked about this last week with Rockfall Skarn. Released, he didn't have any modifiers. He was just, well, kind of tougher because he was in heroic mode, but there weren't any modifiers. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering. I think it's gonna be Bloodless that they're gonna. Well, not Bloodless is actually like the. I still can't remember how all the modifiers. It's wound damage. I think he's doing. It's like the little heart icon. Added a new seasonal autumn fox style kit to the in-game store. Get those whiskers. So I presume it's just these little whiskers on the side, and then probably a new banner. The banner does look amazing though. Really looks amazing. So yeah, further ado, quality of life. We fixed a bug that could prevent Halion from properly tracking Slayers after erupting from the ground. That's actually a pretty good fix. I've seen this on multiple behemoths before. Basically, when they erupt from the ground or if they're not attacked for a certain period of time, they basically wander back to the middle and start drinking from the Aether Pool or not attack a player that is actually close by, giving you the opportunity to just smack down on him. Like he's not gonna target you, he's not gonna do any attacks, he's just walking around basically. So that's a really good bug. No more taking advantage of that one. Made it easier to hit and target both Cherok's Firebrand Cherok's vents and legs. Really good one. I really looking forward to seeing how they actually made it easier, because even after all this time, I cannot specifically say where the vents are. Like the leg goes up, and then you have like the little collar on the side of Cherok where his back starts. But for the life of me, I could never find out where the actual vents start. Only when he actually starts breathing fire from the vents, I was actually be able to like target that specific spot. So really looking forward to see how they changed it and made it more easy and more accessible to target it. Made improvements to make it more reliable to hit and target behemoth breaks. So with the breaks, they kind of, well, if you bring behemoths with the wound damage on the pike, for instance, you kind of make like cracks that drip out etheric attunement out of them, making it really easy to spot them. But now they're making improvements to make it more reliable to hit and target them, the behemoth breaks. So not really sure what they mean with it. It was pretty obvious where the break parts where the wounded parts were, that you could actually break them more easily. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Fixed the bug that prevented Riftstalker from dropping exotic parts. Really good change. Every behemoth should drop exotic parts. Slaying Riftstalker will now count towards the Night Cloak weekly challenge and the Dancing Shadows daily challenge. As we know, I think 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago? They basically changed the quest for weekly and daily, that you could actually do it on both Well, for the Knight's Cloak and the Dancing Shadows, it basically was always Shroud. But now that we actually have two, the Rift Stalker as well with the Umbral, they basically made it that you can pick either Shroud or Rift Stalker to get those quests done. And they basically did that for every quest. Like every quest on that had elemental attunement, basically you can now pick between two different behemoths, making you have the choice of which behemoth you find easier to do the quests on. So yeah, apparently Rift Stalker didn't count towards those weekly challenges and those daily challenges. So really good updates there, really good fix. Fixed the bug where weekly challenges for elemental weapons didn't actually require the suggested element. Yeah, that's a pretty big bug, because yeah, if they ask for frost element weapons and you can just use any type of element, that's not right. Slaying heroic Rockfall Skarn will now grant the appropriate rewards. I'm not really sure what they mean with that. I've almost farmed out its complete set right now. Not the weapons, but just the set. I haven't really got that much time to play Dauntless the past week. But I never seen actually inappropriate rewards at the end. Probably some rewards that were missing. Maybe it was the credits that weren't there, or maybe it wasn't the. Maybe it was the actual the armor parts or the weapon parts that you really didn't know. Gotta check that out this afternoon. Slaying Rockfall Skarn will now count towards the Rock Legend Daily Challenge. Living Legend veterans know how to set trends. So yeah, again, the Rock Legend, now that he is Rockfall Skarn, well, basically, it's a daily challenge, and he also counts toward it. It's kind of like Rift Stalker now counting towards the Knight's Cloak. The Chainblade Backflip Special will now succeed more frequently in cases where a player is under a tall behemoth, Pangar and Helion. Do a kickflip. So apparently, there were instances where you got stuck on the behemoth under his belly, or, well, he was just too big and you couldn't actually, glitch through the behemoth to actually make your backflip properly. So they actually more frequently, it should actually say always. Like, yeah, the special backflip should always succeed, right? Not more frequently. Oh well. Hair should no longer clip through Cherok's or Shrike's helmets when viewing a character in the style screen. Fix the bug in the new main menu that could cause the animations to linger when hovering above different sub-menus. Fix the bug that could cause the new UI elements to overlap with the private hunt button, really annoying one. Fix the bug that could cause the new UI elements, a lot of new UI elements that are actually breaking the game, to push the guild tag outside of the HUD box. That's more like visual, doesn't really matter that much, but it's good that they fixed it. Carraback break part descriptions now accurately communicate both the rarity and the source of each part. Well, that's pretty good for people who don't know where they got the specific break parts. They should now actually say it properly, that it's all from a leg or something like that. Wearing the Dust Rider Bolero will no longer make you look bald. Incidence of hair loss nightmares reduced by 23.4%. Fix the bug that could cause Skarn and Rockfall Skarn upper thigh rock plates to misbehave. Misbehaving. I don't really know what they mean with that one. Fix the bug that could cause the quill mask to glow. That looks like an awesome mask. Why won't they just leave it like that? Make it always glow. A glowing mask. Who doesn't want that one? The Shrike Saber special meter will now drain at the correct speed, matching the drain rates of all other weapons. So apparently Shrike Saber drained way too fast, I think, making it unable to get those. I do believe you can get 3 hits in with the special when the special meter is fully up. So that should allow Shrike Saber now to do the same as every other sword. Fix the bug that prevented players from selecting a cell effect when inspecting their gear. Fix the bug that prevented players from selecting a cell effects when inspecting their gear. So you couldn't select the cells, or how can you select a cell effect? I don't really get that one. But yeah, they fixed it. Fixed the bug that could cause Quillshot's quill to remain red if it was staggered out of its rage state exit. So yeah, as we know now with Quillshot, they fixed it a couple weeks. Well, they changed it. I shouldn't say fix. They changed it a couple weeks back, making it way easier now. If he's in his rage mode, shooting out his red quills to actually make him stagger in that period and actually interrupt his, his throwing, his aerial attack, I guess you could say it, making you easier to avoid getting killed or the entire team getting killed. So apparently the quills were still remaining red. Not sure if red means that they were still in enraged mode, so still doing more damage or not. So yeah, if they fixed it that they are not red anymore after you stagger it in its rage state, that can only be good. Fix the bug that could cause max level armor to insist that it could still be improved. That's a bug that's been in the game for months now. I still have that with the repeaters from time to time, that it actually says that my repeaters only like 413 while they actually are fully upgraded to 430. Fix the bug that could cause the spooky hole to appear in Moira's face. I don't want to be a Farslayer anymore. So yeah, appearance for Moira's face is not gonna be diluted with a hole anymore. Poor Moira. Improved performance on the islands portion of tutorial and cinematics. So I guess that's when you enter the island, not on the island itself. Improved the performance on the island portion of tutorial and cinematics. So basically when you jump out of your airship, I presume, and then do like, there's some moves you can do, like a backflip or fall dead or crawl out of a grave, like the entrances you do. So basically they made some improvements for the performance there. Slaying Naizaga will now correctly destroy all remaining Naizaga turrets. That's pretty good because, well, it wasn't actually like a bad bug, but basically if you were standing in line waiting for all your achievements tokens to pop up, yeah, the turrets were still there and people were dying in the end screen. That's basically what it did. So they fixed now that it should always destroy them. Introduced further performance improvements in Ramsgate. Potato Mancy leveled up, so that's always good improvement performance. And fixed the bug where shield text was cut off above the health bar. Anymore? No, only the known issues we know so far. Some really good changes. Especially for the Chainblade backflip. Special will now install behemoths, and then here they actually talked about the etheric explosion with every backflip special, not just those performed at full meter. So you are gonna be more reliable when you do a backflip. You're not gonna be staggered or stopped anymore with the bigger behemoths. And it will always cause the etheric explosion, doing actually more damage with every backflip, not just the special one performed at a full meter. So that's really good. So those were all the new changes that are coming this evening in the updates. Those were the patch notes for OB 0.5.14. I'm gonna spend my afternoon checking out all the different bugs that they talked about, and then later tonight I'll probably check out all the new fixes they brought in. So tomorrow we can go over, well, I'm gonna do a double news bulletin actually. I'm gonna try to do it. I kind of need to evolve. And, well, I was thinking about it, like talking about the patch notes is one thing, but being able to show you what actually changed, how it was before and how it was after is gonna be another thing. So I kind of wanted to do tomorrow. I'm gonna check if it's actually possible. Not sure if there's enough content to bring out actually. But I am gonna check out if I can bring you a video to look at every difference in what they want to change today. Anyway, those were the patch notes. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.